Hey. All right. And welcome to those of you who are joining in. Go ahead. Hey, Miss Ashley. Go ahead, pop in the chat, say hello so that I know that you're here and I can interact with you throughout our time. For those of you that are joining, and if you are new to this community or you have never been on a live, so I am here every Thursday to support you with what I can along the journey, support you with things that I see that just may help keep you pushing along the path. And again, for those of you that do not know me, hello to Jasmine. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Candace Spears. I am a serial entrepreneur. I am the creator of the Finding Freedom Business Accelerator. I'm a real estate investor. I am a mom. I am a wife, a guinea pig mom, all these good things. And so one of the core things that I truly believe in, and we are an entrepreneurial household, is ownership and owning your time, your talent, and your identity. And so those are the things that we push toward on these lives. So tonight, the whole month of March, we're dealing with full-time entrepreneur myths. And again, for those of you that are just joining in and just coming, if you've not said hello in the chat, please be sure to do, because I'd like to be as interactive as I can on these lives. I'm usually not on here any longer than 20 minutes, but just a little something to help you keep moving. So the entire month of March, we are talking about full-time entrepreneur myths, just myths in general. And if you missed the one from last week, we were talking about health insurance is so expensive, right? This is why I'm holding on to my job, because of my benefits, and it's so expensive. We debunked that myth last week. So if you haven't got a chance to see that, be sure to go back and scroll through the timeline. I don't think we've posted it in the units yet, or look at the post topic that's #live training to go back and see that. So today, and especially for those of you that are coming from jobs or careers that are high paying, it's the attitude of, oh, I don't know, it's going to be hard to replace my paycheck. So if you've done that, drop me a yes or a set it in the chat so that I know. Now, here's the thing. If you have done it or you have said it, what I'm curious to know is, have you done the work that just proves out, yeah, this is going to be a long uphill battle? Have you done that work? And I see you, Cassandra, you've definitely said that. So give me that idea. Have you done the work, the math? I love math because business is just math. So have you done the work, though, that says, oh, I know it's going to take me a long while because it's going to cost me this, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. So if you've done the work, say done. If you haven't, just give me a not yet. If you've not done the work to really validate your statements that it's going to be hard to replace your check, your paycheck, then go ahead and say not done it. If you have, done it. All right? So here's something that I want you to think about. And after we get off this live, first off, you'll be able to at least somewhat put this myth to rest. At least somewhat. Okay? All right, so Cassandra, definitely done the math. Got it. All right, so this is what I want you to think about. So, of course, there are a lot of different ways. And if you've been around any of my lives or you've been around this community, that I teach high ticket. I teach high ticket, premium priced, super valuable services. And anytime you're doing that type of thing, it's easy for you to get to whatever number it is. As the value and the price increases, it becomes easier than if it's a smaller ticket item. That just is what it is. But here's the other thing that I want you to think about, because for some of you, even if you came out with a higher ticket offer, you still would have a similar attitude. So I want to talk to that attitude a little bit in this live to make sure that you can go forward on the right path. All right. So right now, today, the entire world, everything in your experience, everything, this is true for everybody, I don't care who you are, everything in your experience is some type of exchange of commerce in some way. There's buying and selling everywhere. First place we're going to start, let's think about your own company. So think about, when I say your own company, not your own business, but think about your 9 to 5. Think about your job. Your job sells something to some customer. You got that going on. Now, think about you in relation to the company you work for, right? Your 9 to 5. You, in essence, sell your service, your brilliance, your wisdom, your whatever you do to your company. Now, not in the same way as having your own business, right? Not in the wonderfully tax advantage and completely owning what you do way, but in a very theoretical way. You sell your ability to do what you do to your business, okay? Now I want you to think about your house. So wherever you are right now, if you're in your car, if you are, I don't know, in the bathroom, if you're wherever you are in your house or out and about or whatever, look at the things around you. All of it really is just a series of various purchase decisions. That's it. Whether you rent an apartment and decide to pay money to do that, whether you pay a mortgage and decide to pay money to work with a specific lender, whether you have bought the phone that may or may not be in your hand, the computer, the whatever, everything is a series of purchase decisions. So the reason that I'm going through this and I'm focusing heavily here is because oftentimes that thought process around it being hard for us to replace the paycheck is nothing more than this sort of mental attitude that, I don't necessarily have enough of the credibility. I don't really sell something that's like that, or I haven't been in this game long enough to have an official thing that can really make money at the level that my job makes money. There's this mental thing that happens. Now, I'm going to stop for a second, because if you understand what I'm talking about and you're with me, just drop a yep in the chat. I just want to make sure I haven't lost anybody. So if you're with me, just drop a yes in the chat. Yes, yep, emoji, whatever makes sense to you. Okay? Just want to make sure that you're with me. So, while of course, getting premium price services, absolutely, you get there sooner rather than later. But you've got to make sure that your mental game is prepared and that it's prepped, understanding that this world is nothing more than buying and selling. Why wouldn't you have a piece of the pie that would be able to not only equate but exceed what you do today, right? There are limiting thoughts in that. Jasmine, I see you. Yep, Cassandra, I see you. Okay, perfect. So here's what I want you to think about, and here's really the walk away. When I think about being able to replace a paycheck, first off, I want you to shift a little bit. Ashley, you're with me. I see it. Tisha, you're with me. Yep, I see you. So I want you to shift a little bit on a couple fronts. So first off, and I made this mistake, so I'm telling you, and my husband would catch me on it. I made the mistake of almost like when you make your leap, when I make my leap, I better be prepared to not make what I make at my job. Like, I better be prepared to just not make what I make at my job. And by the way, when I say that, there is nothing wrong, and you should absolutely have your preparedness. We talk in the accelerator all the time about knowing your survive number and knowing your thrive number. But I want you to hear me from a mental standpoint, because this is so important. If your mindset is in a place already of defeat, of, yeah, I know I'm not gonna make what I make. It's just not going to happen out the gate. I just know it's not gonna happen. And yes, it does take work. Yes, it takes work to get what you need to do. But for you to have the attitude that it's going to be hard, I guarantee you it's going to be hard. Okay? That just is what it is. So know that. The second thing that I want you to think about is there's three components, right? I want you to understand what is your right thing. And when I say right thing, what is that right thing for you? Now, again, you all know I very heavily teach the service path. I'm going to say indifferent of your business model, What is that right thing for you? What is that right result that it's going to get for somebody else? And what is that right price point that's going to allow you to really have that, to allow you to put to bed, because you can do the math and it feels doable and it feels feasible on paycheck replacement. Oh, by the way, we're dropping the words paycheck replacement, and what we're looking for is what's going to be the new income wave, right? The new income stream. Because I don't know about you, when I left corporate, my intention wasn't to replace my paycheck. No. When you're moving into entrepreneurship, honey, you are moving into a whole different world, right? You may be used to a 3%, maybe, if you're lucky, raise annually. When you're jumping into entrepreneurship, your growth goals become, okay, how do I grow by 50% next year? How do I increase the game? You don't get into entrepreneurship to play small. So let's start with your thinking. Okay? So shift that. It's going to be hard to replace my paycheck. No. You just have to get your right thing, result, and right pricing so that you begin to do it and set yourself up to do it with ease. Is everybody with me? Is everybody with me? Did that make sense? And that's essentially all I have for you today, by the way. So did that make sense? And if you are going to make sure you're solid and carrying with you your right thing, result, price, just drop like a 3R in the chat. Freedom, yes. Jasmine, yes. Got it. All right, your right thing, result, right price. All right, that's your homework that I want you to carry with you. All right, and then ditch that myth. Go burn it. Even if you need to write it down on a piece of paper, I really believe in physicalizing things. So even if you need to write it down on a piece of paper, then hold it in front of a candle and watch it burn, do it. Okay, cool. All right, ladies, have a great rest of your evening. Cassandra, I see you. Jasmine, I see you. Awesome. Have a great rest of your evening. Again, for those of you that are new on the live, new in the community, please go take a look around. If you haven't been inside of the units and you haven't been able to see some of the other lives and some of the different topics, go ahead and go in there. And for those of you that are, ooh, I need to be down my freedom path, but I have no idea like where I'm even going, a couple things I'm going to advise you to do. One, look for one of the welcome messages where there is a webinar. I've got a Thrive in 90 Days webinar where I spell out a sort of step-by-step. You can take the path and take it yourself. If you want to get help from us and from the coaching team and finding freedom, absolutely, we will do that too. What's most important, what I want you to do is take action. That's where your freedom is. That's where your success is, and the speed, and then the action. So have a great rest of your evening, rest of your week. I'll talk to you again soon. See ya.